Do you love blues as much as I do? That's great, my friend. Here you go. Today I'm going to show you 3 of the top used boogie woogie licks in blues music. Just hands down, these are them. So number 1, let's start very easy, okay? So Boogie Woogie Riff, you've heard it before. That sort of thing. We're going to start off really easy. Now first off, when you're doing this, you want to do you can do a straight rhythm like, right? Straight is like when every strum is equidistant from each other. Or you can do what's called a shuffle, which is like long, short, long, short, long, short, long, which is very prevalent in blues music, right? So like, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Okay, don't overthink this. Straight is just equidistant from each other. That's a shuffle. If you want to practice this without the chords, then you can do it just muting your strings like this, right? First off, what you're going to do here is you're going to put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and you're going to toggle back and forth between the 2nd and 4th fret of the 4th string. You're only going to be picking strings 5 and 4, but you're going to let this first finger mute strings 3, 2, and 1 just automatically because you're playing on your fingertips here. Let that finger get lazy on those high strings there because we want to mute it anyhow. And then if you can, bring your thumb over the top of the neck a little bit, not like this. We just want barely the flesh of your thumb to just barely touch that 6th string. Now you don't have to do this. You could let that low E string hang out there, but you're going to have that low E singing, and we don't really want to do that. So I suggest just taking your thumb, put it at the top there, and just let it barely touch the string. You don't want to come over because that's going to hinder your fretting, okay? I'm just aiming for strings 5 and 4, but because we're muting the other notes, we can be a little bit sloppy about it, and I guarantee you, every single professional that does this, they're being a little bit sloppy about it. They're not thinking too much. It's not, it's not brain surgery here. And it adds to the spice of it if there's some attitude to it and you're not trying to be so precise. We're not playing classical here, okay? So we've got that muted, and the basic riff is just back and forth. Now I'm doing down, up, down, right? But you could just all down. And there's a couple different ways you could do it. You could go 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, like. I don't like it as much as. Where we're just hitting it that one time. Okay, now you can move this around if you want to do this to the D. And then to the E, and in that case, what you're doing is you're just moving that little set of notes, set of strings. So from 5 and 4, you're going to be going to 3 and 4, and then to 5 and 6. That's what you could do there. Now this is completely movable, of course. You can move it up the neck. Now the second riff is to just add the pinky. This adds some extra spice to it again. It's going to sound like this. It's a bit of a stretch, getting used to that, right? It will be until you've done it enough times, and then it will become easier. But just adding that pinky. That's the one I use a lot because it adds that variation. And of course, on the D and on the E works really well. And of course, you can move this up the fretboard as well, but you're going to have a bit more of a stretch, right? So if you did this with C, it's not very comfortable, okay? Or with G. However, for this third Boogie Woogie riff, let me show you how we can fix that, right? So let's say we're trying to play in G. Well, this string here, the 5th string, we could play that same riff right here on the 4th string. So in this case here, let me show you. This is like in a Tush by ZZ Top, right? We have this. So in this case here, I've got my 2nd finger on that low G. I'm muting the 5th string, and I've got my toggle happening right here. And in this case, we don't really want to hit the rest of the notes here, so I'm just going to mute with my hand. But so I'm just playing strings 6, 5, and 4 with 5 being muted. And my noodle notes here are 2nd fret and 3rd fret. So okay, and then we can play the C chord, same thing, just move it all down, except bring that thumb over the top of the neck to mute the E. Yes, it's going to feel awkward at first. It should be. My Mandarin is really awkward because I don't practice it. So, if I practiced it, I'd get better at it. If you practice this, you'll get better at it. It's impossible to not get better at it, okay? So, here we go. Thumb is muting that low E string. And again, 2nd finger here on the 3rd fret. It's muting now. So I have the 2nd finger on the 5th string, muting the 4th string, and noodling the 3rd string. So and back down. Now we could play the D, just like I showed you on lick 2, and then back to the C. There you are, my friends. 3 Boogie Woogie riffs that you're going to be using a whole bunch there. I could barely spit that out. Friends, I'm here for you. I'm passionate about my students and helping them. So take advantage of all the free courses that I have for you over at YourGuitarSage.com, including 2 blues courses, one on rhythm, one on lead. I'm here for you. I want to help you. So like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave your comments, do all the fun stuff. I'll see you in another video.